So essentially, yeah, for you guys who don't know, we pushed a thing today. We were trying to let like the faction stuff ride. We were like in heavy development on some other things like the future of Prodigy, and we weren't trying to push stuff every day, which I think has led to some like player dissatisfaction, which I don't blame them. Also, like arc raiders, I don't think people realize like we saw the problems, but like we couldn't push a lot of this shit at the height of launch of arc raiders because it was like draining everything, you know, and from like multiple places. Like arc raiders was rough on like a lot of games and like a lot of 5M servers, to be honest. Like people were putting in a lot of hours there. Like we have all that data, basically of like on our Discord server. We can see like who, like the play distribution, what people are playing versus like GTA, and it was a lot. So the devs didn't pull in bad code. That's not what happened, Vaughn. We're testing it's a web extension, and no bad code got pulled. It was just something with the networking that just happened. We didn't break the server, we broke the networking, which is tied to the website. That's all. But yeah, so we didn't want to launch a whole bunch of stuff during Arc Raiders. We wanted to do it when like people were starting to wind down a little bit off of it, and we finally have seen that. Yeah, I mean Arc Raiders is really good. But like we started pushing stuff last week and we started to see things starting to wind down just a little bit. We realized that things were a little too grindy, so we've been trying to fix that where we can, like slowly, because if we overcorrect, it's gonna be tough. Can't wait to golf. Yeah, can't wait to golf tomorrow either. So I can join. Okay. So we pushed a bunch of fixes. For those who don't know, some of these were feedback from the CG guys. We increased the loot from the drug races and supply drops. We added craftable basic splints. We probably overcorrected on that one actually because we reduced the value of splints in the economy. We fixed the Mac 10 and some of the SMG bugs for crafting. And then PD transports, we made notify more gangs so they're more exciting. We removed the cop limit messages from supply drops, so cops can be a little bit more in it, I guess, than what they were, because there was not much. They're kind of boring. We put like rear drops that give faction benches, so you don't need to go to the hideouts. Some people don't want to go to the hideouts. Some people do. We also made cocaine access to everyone. And well, if his phone's always showing a text notification, I'm just gonna say that's the life of an Android user. Do you know how many people have that bug on Android? I think that's accurate to the world, honestly. That's realistic. I've had an ongoing notification on my Android phone for literally probably like 3 months, and I'm not the only one. A lot of people do. I'm just saying, you know, that's a common Android bug. So also gave Vinny, oh yeah, we gave Vinny a bench. We'll see how that goes with stuff. I'm gonna give Zoom Mafia something. Pretty sure. Like we've been talking about who we can enable and figure stuff out. We're giving, I don't know if Blade got it yet, but we made a full interior for him for a spray paint shop. I like sell the spray paint. I don't know if he's got that yet or not. But yeah, we've done a lot of stuff. Like Ellie's getting her logistics business. Actually, it just took longer to do the logistics business. So we ended up why is this not taken? So we just launched stuff as it was ready, right? So the animal shop was done a little bit before the logistics stuff. The logistics stuff was more complicated, but the logistics stuff is really cool. Like it was like an idea I've had for a while of like having a bunch of bins of like huge storage, and then people can order like mass resources and it all goes on a pallet, right? And you put the pallet in the back of a truck and you can drop the pallet somewhere. It lives in the world. You can just take materials off it, like mass amounts of just resources off of a pallet. So if you guys want to do like a mass amount of crafting and you like want to put the pallet in the bottom of CG Cubby Garage, you could do it. Or like if you want to like put a bunch of materials and order it up in like the up north somewhere, you can do all of that, right? So it's pretty cool. So we've done that. The storages we did, we upped the decay and like player trunks with the storage wars units. They can sell off storages. Put in recycling business, which was something that was popular over on Sweden. The event team is getting a lot better, which is awesome. They needed some, they needed to like find their footing, and they've really done that now. So the things we're gonna be doing to change things up a little bit are like, we are gonna and we talked about this today in the admin meeting. We're gonna be doing a bunch of different stuff that's gonna like wind down the necessity in general of you will not need to be yeah, okay, I'm coming in, buddy. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to buy you time, okay? What I can tell you is Reeker is back. Reeker is back. Why? You're gonna have to find that out in character. There's a story being pushed at the moment. Some of you might know some of it already.
Right.
Is this Richard? What the fuck?
Right.
Right. So we're gonna do a lot of things to like roll that back and like make supply drops a lot more accessible. We went through and I have the solution to that. Also notifying more gangs, snitching to supply drops, notifying gangs when someone is trying to start a drug race or a supply run, so that people are like notified that the queue is like up and going. There's a lot of things to like push that type of stuff, and then we're gonna work on a drug bench in the open world, meth in the open world, like a bigger meth operation that gangs can kind of fight over that's in a place. I mean, we could, but PD just having access to stress pills for free is like a little tough. For the person talking about it being slow on EU time, I addressed that at the beginning of stream. Things are slow in general for a number of different reasons, which I've talked about. But it's been pretty rough in terms of like arc rate or push. Like we haven't done a lot to adapt during that time for a reason. So let's talk a little bit about the changes we're gonna be bringing to the server. We're looking at how to fix things with the drug races and supply drops. An open world gun bench for holdout style stuff, and like in world meth, better meth, so people can fight over. And we're gonna be looking at doing a lot more things for gangs just in the open world, and to make it feel, a lot of people feel like they need to be in a faction or need to be on the gang app to like be a gang, and I think we kind of want to get away from that, you know, of making it so anyone can test these things. You don't necessarily need to be a gang, but you need to be, you know, a group of people at a given time to like try to hold down a place. So yeah, and Niasu also, I think Niasu opening up for like the gang clothing stuff for people to be able to get the gang clothing. She starts that today, I think, reaching out to people. I think that'll be really good as well for like bringing gangs together. Also, we kind of have a good moment to be able to do like a soft reset on gangs, because like we've had a couple of our more PvP oriented gangs get the fuck out of Dodge. So, but anytime there's a lull, I think we can do better. But we have definitely, we took our feet off the pedal a little bit to work on some other stuff we're working on for like Prodigy 4.0 and some other stuff. So there's no getting around that, you know. Sometimes you need to take your foot off the pedal in one place to like put it elsewhere, and that's kind of what we're doing. We put a lot of our focus on 4.0, to be honest. So, well, a few of us are coming to, oh, and also another exciting thing we're doing, we're going to be selling like a ton of our scripts also on subscription. So we're going to spend some time porting some of those to QB Core, ESX, and what's the other one? Oh, and just Aux, so like low dependency stuff. So it helps, and they'll be pretty affordable too. They're not gonna be super expensive. So we'll have like different packs people can subscribe to. So like other smaller servers can get access to like some of the things that we can do here on Prodigy, which I think will be good overall for the entirety of 5M. And putting like affordable scripts and subscriptions and stuff like that, I think it's gonna be really good. Yeah, I've confirmed Prodigy 4.0 is like very in the works. Like we are like heavily into that. Like we have some cool, we're working on some cool shit at the moment, to be honest. Like I can't spoil anything obviously, but we're doing some unique stuff. So no one will be able to say, like, a lot of people try to claim like Prodigy's like bought a bunch of assets and blah 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 blah. But, I mean, we have a couple of like bought assets across the map in terms of like 3D stuff we put at the beginning of 2.0, but like we've self-developed like almost everything we've put into the server since the beginning of 2.0, which I think everyone knows outside of like the Gabs partnership that we have. But I think for 4.0 for us, it's like a big test bed to be like, yo, you can't say we have not made all of our shit in house, which is like our big thing. No, 4.0 is what we're going with because the Polish have a superstition against 3.0. And also we did 2.6, which was kind of 2.5, which is kind of 3.0 already. So that was our last wipe. So that is the tea on that. But yeah, we're doing, we have made like some big progress. And I feel like very comfortable starting to talk about 4.0 a little bit more in the open of, you know, it's going to be pretty fucking cool. Right down to like things we've done from like a UX and UI perspective, like we have leveled up quite a bit, even from where we're at now. So yeah, 4.0 will have a new everything, you know, full new UI, full new backend framework, coded from the ground up, new phone, new everything. So, well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with buying assets. Tons of servers buy assets, and that's fine, right? I know nothing about that. Also, we're doing the framework in a way that it's going to be really easy for us to spin up like different variations of servers and stuff because we want to be bigger than just Prodigy. You know, we want to like be bigger than just that. So it's something we're talking about and thinking about a lot, is like, let's do the world's end with a different team that uses our framework, or let's do, you know, let's do an 80s server as an example, or do a 90s server, you know, shit like that. Well, jokers, I mean, how valuable, given the things that 5M has released in the last week, is that actually going to be? You know, we're talking about graphics packs. Look at what 5M is releasing publicly. Decoupling code. Ramee is the credit. Okay. Yeah, of course, Hells. When am I making a server? Isn't that what I do? What are your thoughts on a soft economy wipe? Like less money and maybe a reduction in assets over certain. I love wipes. I think they reinvigorate roleplay. I don't know if most of our players agree with that, but but I mean, the minute we do 4.0, like 4.0 will be a wipe. Like I'm not going to like make any statements other than that. Like 4.0 will be a wipe. Like people need to realize that 4.0 will be a wipe when that comes. That will be a wipe. It will be a fresh start. Is the commissioner offices probably in 4.0? We'll give them their own uniform. In my opinion, I hate wipes. They cut stories short. I think they're great. They give a refreshment. In my opinion, wipes the best. Yeah, I think wipes are good. I think they're healthy. There's a break in story because every time, like, look at what happens when you get deep into a server's economy. It turns to a lot of gunfighting. It doesn't matter. Watch NoPixel or here now. Like, there's so much gunfighting, you know? And that's what ends up happening as you go, because people get bored. It's not fresh anymore, you know? And that's just how it is. The best stories are created from the infant steps that people take to get established on a wipe. So building up is more fun than it. Yeah, it's one of the most fun times to watch. We just had to make sure it's not super grindy. Thoughts on invite only whitelist servers? I mean, this is invite only, and we're doing Project RP, which is invite only. Now, the real question is, will Croc still be chief in 4.0? I think things will develop over time. Pele only server when? Honestly, Kim, you want me to like give you honest 2 cents? I wouldn't mind that because I think guns really take a lot. I'd love to experiment with like what it looks like with a little bit more gun deregulated server in general. Twitch RP was kind of like that, if you remember. When I ran Twitch RP, I never really had like big access to class 3s. It was like pistols, and even pistols were like not super easy to get, you know? And it wasn't like super powerful weapons and all that stuff, which I think is a lot more. The turbo server, I don't know, like past 4.0, if the turbo server is going to be a concept. I think we can say at this point that the turbo server wasn't like, it was something we wanted to try because like this is something that's being asked a lot about in like other regions, guys. Like, so like India and Brazil, like they really resonate with these types of servers, right? And I think the thing you have to look at is that an American audience doesn't like that. And that's something we wanted to check and see. People were asking for it. We didn't know how many people would show up to play. So it's like, and I think the other thing that kind of messed us with the turbo server is like there was a section of our public server that just want another public server. Which for me, like just, I hate the idea of just putting on multiple public servers doing the same thing. Like it just seems like, this just doesn't seem right. You know, we want to see like if there's a market for a quicker paced, easier setup for like the working class person with the turbo. So, but yeah, the turbo was not very successful at all. I mean, you can just look at it and see that. You know, but some people didn't want that concept just on principle of the fact they just wanted another normal public server without a wipe. It was all around the wipes, the frequency of the wipes with the turbo, by the way. It wasn't even the double XP. Most people were upset just because of we were planning to wipe that on like a quarterly basis. Do you know if there's already work for 5M on GTA 6, or do you think we're going to have to wait even longer after the game's out for RP servers? Really, on topics like that, I really can't make any comments on my thoughts.
No, you're lying to me.
At all.
For real?
I can't really say anything
Excuse
on
me,
that,
sir?
even on what I think or where I think things should go. I kind of don't, I can't and won't say anything on that. Where voice activated robberies not pushed forward. Yeah, you voice activate Rob.
Nice to meet you, Mac.
Rob, robbing NPCs and that type of thing, right? Like that exists on the server. You have to talk when you rob the NPCs out in the wild, and you know. Why is he chasing me? Why are people chasing me around for like? No, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. There's a chain of command for a reason. But yeah, I think honestly, I'm excited for the next chapters of Prodigy because it's gonna be a lot more focused on RP, and like our design philosophy is going to be very much around like every civilian thing, like or thing we code having like a deeper meaning to it. Without like spoiling anything. I don't know how much that actually gives you guys, but like instead of you just go and you power wash for the first 20 days and then you never do it again, they give it more meaning to certain people and certain things for longer, you know? So it has like a out the gate plan. So a lot more focus on roleplay. Yo, Reaper, thank you so much for the 45.